Welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. Once again, we just have a ton of leftover beer from Christmas and New Year's.
Beer table is essentially dead. The
Yeah.
beer table as a segment is dead for the time being.
Yeah, because I have to get through like a ton of beer now.
Yeah, this was the most. I talked about it last week. This is the most prepared I've ever been for the intro. I was looking at JD. I knew we were starting. I hadn't drifted off yet.
Yeah, but
It's great.
beer table isn't dead. It's just I have to get through all this beer left over from like 2 holidays.
So like we're still drinking beer. We don't have anything interesting to say about that beer. I guess we could find a new fact every week.
Actually, I am drinking a new beer. Kevin's drinking Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Dogfish Head Liquid Truth Serum IPA.
I feel like we've gotten significantly older since this started because we started with 2 beers, and then like the one time we got like wine, it was like, oh, we need another drink because we got the 2 drinks. Or it was wine. We had something, or sake, or I don't know what the hell we had one time. What was
We
wine?
did have sake. Next week we should do something other than beer.
Yeah. And now last week, like I drank 1.5 beers, and then I went to the gym, and I felt terrible. So I have this 1 Guinness and 1 bottle of water.
Yeah. But next week we should definitely drink something different. So real quick, Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So here's my problem in life is that
Why does that have to be a problem? Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Don't be an asshole.
No, it's unrelated to that.
No, talk about the Eagles first.
So we watched the game last night, and all the stuff we talked about, I kept thinking like, we should talk about this on the podcast. So I feel like we need to hang out aside from the podcast, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe. We really can't hang out on a Sunday and then podcast on a Monday because I feel like everything interesting that happened to me in the last week we talked about yesterday. I mean, we can pretend like we're talking about it for the first time, but it's gonna suck.
That's fine.
So
yeah, let's not talk about it.
But the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
so
I think they have a real chance. I mean, the last time they were at a Super Bowl, they had a real chance too.
yeah,
It was 24-21 Pats.
They still should have won that. They should have won that game. Should have won that game. They should have won the game against the Bucks in like 2002, and then they definitely would have won the Super Bowl that year. I don't know. This should be Super Bowl win number 3 this year. But no, I mean, I just think it's insane. I mean, what are the Eagles had 5 or 6 quarterbacks since? I mean, it was McNabb, Vic,
Sammy Sleeves,
yeah,
Nick
Foles, Carson Wentz,
Nick Foles
again.
Aaron.
Was it Jeff Garcia or something was in there
Jeff
somewhere?
Garcia was in there.
Sam Bradford, did we have at some point?
Yeah, Sammy Sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? The
There's
guy
at least
from
one
the
other
Jets.
guy. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that guy. I can't remember who he is. Yeah, so all these guys, meanwhile, still Tom Brady. We're playing Tom Brady again, 13
Still.
years later.
Yeah.
He's unchanged. He looks identical. I'm pretty sure he could play for 5 more years.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
no phones.
I mean, he won't, but I mean, he certainly could.
Yeah.
And he would win like 3 more Super Bowls.
Yeah. You know, Tom Brady, he's like 50 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good Kelly said a meme about Nick Foles versus Tom Brady. I forget all the funny things about it now, but it was funny at the time.
All right. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Eagles Super Bowl, so we'll see how that goes. My friend Nate is actually flying from Colorado on the 2nd of February
All right.
to celebrate the Super Bowl with me.
So I would be at the mountains until Sunday, like early Sunday afternoon. So I'll be back for the game, but it sort of started as a joke, this mountain trip, because my uncle has a cabin, and me and Kelly went one time a few months ago, and then at like New Year's, my parents, when they were like super drunk, were like, oh, when are you guys going up again? I was like, I don't know, we should like all go up, and we're trying to figure out a date. And then for some reason, my mom was like, oh, what about like after the Groundhog Day weekend? And we're like, what are you talking about? And we looked and it was like February. It was like the February 1st or whatever, or 2nd. Right. So then like I at like midnight I texted my sister. I was like, oh, what are you guys doing Groundhog Day weekend? And she didn't answer me because like who the fuck knows what Groundhog Day weekend is? But so we're officially celebrating Groundhog Day out in the mountains.
Right. The week after, I'm going to Poconos, apparently, maybe. I don't know.
And then 2 weeks later, she got a Marvel Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet anyone new in my life. I'm too old. I don't need this. I don't need this kind of aggravation.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably gonna meet some new people dating a new person.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, you and this guy should be friends. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be friends. I have my friends.
You can look out for a friend for me. He'd be like, well, I don't need any friends. I'd be like, I know a guy.
I know a guy. He needs friends. I'll give you his number. They're like, nah, we don't need friends anyway. We were pushed into this shit too. We don't want to acknowledge you. I'm like, all right, that's fine by me.
Maybe like bros. You just go lift stuff all weekend. It'll be good.
No, I want to lift stuff by myself.
Yeah, well, accurate. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah. But the Eagles, I don't know. What I was talking about last night was, I feel like, and maybe I'm just like an old curmudgeon now, but I feel like I'm less excited.
You are a curmudgeon. You complain about everything.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I feel like some people like that.
Not one person. Not one person.
I mean, other grumpy people like that.
No, they hate you as much.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm not as
They
excited.
complain about you like fucking Kevin's always complaining about something. That's what a complaining person does.
Yeah, I probably complain about them too. I feel like so my thinking about it was like, you know, I mean, it's just an excuse for being a curmudgeon now, but like why I'm not as excited as I was in 2004 when they went to the Super Bowl. And my thinking was, there's no foreplay in this one. You know, lost in the NFC Championship game in 2002, lost in 2003. Probably should have won both games. Definitely should have won in 2002. And then, so then when you finally get to the Super Bowl, like I remember like watching, you know, the post game stuff and like the team's like fucking crying. I remember like Ike Reese like with no voice like screaming about, you know, about how they were making it. I think it was last year in the league, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it was just like such an emotional thing when they made it. And then it was like such a party for the 2 weeks. And then I don't know. This year was just like so out of nowhere. I mean, like even Jeffrey Lurie they pointed out a couple weeks ago in the post game show, like in the owners meetings at the beginning of the year, pointed out that we have a lot of young guys, but this team isn't good enough to like compete yet. Yet they did, and now they're in the Super Bowl, and especially the Foles thing. You know, I don't know if it would have felt different if like, you know, like in a way it's cool. The stuff with Foles, but it's also like such lightning in a bottle. You know, I don't know, like maybe it's just what the display we've had as Philadelphia fans, yeah, and this is totally a curmudgeon thing that I'm about to go into, but like yeah, we want to win the Super Bowl, and it's going to be awesome if they win the Super Bowl, and I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I want like I want what the Patriots have. I want to like every year be able to talk shit and like know like the Eagles are going to be good. Like I don't want them to go to the Super Bowl this year and then like just be all right next year. I don't know.
Sorry, I mean Carson Wentz will be back and like they do need a couple additions, but if they don't win, which I hope they do win because I think a bunch of us will cry. My buddy Nate actually he texted me today, if they don't win, I'm going to puke. But, I mean, Carson Wentz, just watching him grow as a quarterback and then the weapons that we do have now, like next year, as long as Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz stays healthy, which he should, because he's already like I was reading an article, he's a month ahead of his healing.
Yeah, that guy's a beast.
Yeah, so, I mean, we just need a couple more weapons. Like, some people were like, we need a couple more weapons on defense, which the number one defense in the NFL. So it's and I think, and they always say, like, defenses win championship. Defense won that game last night. Yeah. Defense won.
His defense is awesome. But I always say, even saying that, even as awesome, you know, and it's so weird because I feel like, I mean, last night they looked dominant, but the last 4 or 5 games, I felt like if you know, just watching the game, like, the defense looked all right. Like, they made mistakes. You know, there's a lot of things they could have done better. But yet they held teams to almost no points. Now, 5 or 6 weeks in a row. I mean, what's the most a team scored? 10 points?
Right. It's that's what makes it. They make it like
they make it look easy.
They make it look effort. You're like, oh, they're making mistakes here, but they don't score. So that's the thing. If they don't score, they're doing great. And then like Foles looked it wasn't his fault. But Foles looked so bored in that game last night.
It was awesome.
It was so like that brought confidence to me.
Yeah.
He had awesome numbers.
He was
And
so calm.
He was so. There was one point we both talked about that play for like 20 plays where he just stopped. He put the ball down by his thigh. He was like, all right, and then like the play like took off and he threw the ball and the guy caught it. And then last night they also did a fucking flea flicker, which has never worked in the NFL, and it worked.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like both Doug Peterson and Nick Foles laughed about it after the game.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah,
and it's never worked.
Not only did it work for a touchdown.
Yeah, so I was like, I was like blown away by it.
Yeah, you know the reason why? Because Nick Foles said first thing he said in his press conference, "All glory goes to God."
No, he didn't.
That's the first thing he said when he came out.
Really?
He came out. He went to the lawyer and said, "All glory goes to God." So
I don't even think he believes that.
I don't know. I think he is. I think he's a real. I think him and Wentz are like real churchy.
Yeah. Well, what's it called? He was calm as a cucumber the entire game.
And the other good Foles quote. Hang on, I wrote it down because I wanted to remember it.
And then they say Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. There's no doubt about it. But I really think with the Eagles defense and Nick Foles being that calm in that game, I think they really have a chance.
I think so. The other Nick Foles said, I wasn't sure if he talked about him and Wentz or him and Peterson after the game, but he basically said, he started saying something about like, when you after you know a guy for a while, and then the quote the part I wrote down was, you really don't have to say anything. Sometimes a hug goes a long way. Nick Foles.
Super humble.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I don't know. But this is the thing. This is why the reason why he's not Carson Wentz or the reason why he's not one of these top tier quarterbacks is because, he has the talent to do this stuff. We've seen multiple games out. Like he had that 7 touchdown game. We've seen multiple games where he just plays out of his mind and he has the ability to do it, but he hasn't done it consistently.
Right.
But my other thing with that though is how do we know? I mean, he did do it for like a year and a half for the Eagles, and then he got hurt, and then he played for 2 shit teams. Right. So how do we know if he didn't stick with a good team, he wouldn't have been really good?
If he wins Super Bowl and he's the backup, some team's gonna pay. Yeah. If he wins Super Bowl next year, they're gonna trade him. He's gonna make $100 million. There's no doubt in my mind. But here's the list: Nick Foles versus Tom Brady. Nick Foles, coolest name ever. Tom Brady, basic as fuck name. Nick Foles started Napoleon Dynamite. Never started a movie. Once named NFC Player of the Month. Tom Brady never named NFC Player of the Month. Once threw 7 TD passes in a game. Only threw 6 TD passes in a game. Kills it on the field. Was teammates with a murderer.
Tom Brady.
A ripe 29 years old. 50 years old or something. Wears Gucci. Wears makeup and Uggs. Nick Foles owns a massive pair of balls. Tom Brady deflates balls.
Did I send you, or did I just send it to Kelly, the TV clip where they didn't mute the guy last night, and he was like, "Oh, big dick Nick."
Yeah. So by the way, did you see the thing? 2 things happened on the way. Yeah. A crowd stopped me and wouldn't let me get by until I beeped for the Eagles.
Okay.
Right, and then like cops were out there.
Yeah.
In your neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's like, tons of people.
Yeah.
And then another thing happened before I left. I got a nasty note on my windshield.
People do that stuff sometimes in my neighborhood. It's incredibly annoying. Yeah. I don't know.
I was almost thinking about. I was almost just setting off my alarm till they came out again, so I could like confront them. But the note goes, "Asshole, your." Here's how they spelled your. YOUR apostrophe E.
Huh.
Your alarm. It should be just the YOU.
Yeah.
Your alarm has been going off since 6:30, which it hasn't because my battery would have died.
Yeah.
Do not park this car on my street again. I will burn it. Thanks to you, I have to work tonight, 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. with no fucking sleep.
I don't know why he signed him up for that shift. I mean, that seems inconsiderate if he wasn't able to sleep.
Also, the Eagles game.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably watching the Eagles game anyway.
Yeah. Who fucking complains about that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know. See, that's the stuff that pisses me off because like I feel like people should have consequences for doing shit like that, but it's just like not worth the effort.
Right.
Like I mean, you probably could have like with not much. I mean, I'm sure you could have just knocked on 2 or 3 doors and found out who it was. And you probably could have called the cops and said, "Hey, this guy made a terroristic threat." Like that's not a little deal to say you're going to burn someone's car.
Well, here's the thing: my car probably not the only alarm going off because people were shooting off firecrackers and like going down the street and shaking cars and everything. So how's that my fault that the car alarm's going off?
Yeah.
If people were going down and like just disrupting cars.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've podcasted for like 30 hours now. Like your car's right outside. I've never heard the alarm go off. Like the alarm does not spontaneously go off.
Right. I can hear my car from my bedroom.
Yeah. We were just listening for it.
Yeah. It's crazy. In the summer, we have the windows open and it's never gone off.
Yeah.
But in, Philadelphia, people, when the Eagles are winning, people are just, I don't know, walking down the street and shaking cars.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Or maybe someone's trying to rob my car. I don't know.
That's the other possibility. Yeah. In which case, the alarm served its purpose.
Yeah. Everything was there. No alarm.
Yeah, but I don't know what... I mean, I'm pretty sure... I don't think alarms go off continuously for that long because, it would kill your battery. But, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, obviously... I mean, like, I almost never park close enough to my house that I would hear an alarm. I don't think my car even has an alarm, but if it did, I don't park anywhere near my house where I would hear it. I don't know. Yeah. Like it would just go off all night if that's how alarms worked, which they don't.
Yeah, they can only go off for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume, right? Because your battery would go off, the lights flashing and everything. It would just I don't think modern cars are built so that the alarm goes off until the battery dies.
Yeah, I don't think it works that way. So a few steps back, the thing that my sort of curmudgeon point that is like a real question though is, and I kind of remember this like when I used to listen to like sports radio a lot more often, and when the Eagles were good, like the Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb era. The one question that would come sometimes, which I never really had a good answer for, although I think I know my answer now. I kind of talked about it, but if you're a really big fan of a sports team, would you rather, if you could guarantee that they were going to win the championship this year, like there was no question they were going to win the championship, but they were going to suck for the next 10 years, would you rather have that, or would you rather have a team that's competitive that could win the championship every year, but it's like a little bit of a longer shot?
For the Eagles, I would win the championship this year. I would take it. I mean, the fact that they could, with the team we have now, like Carson Wentz, there's a chance that they would win it.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question: how many people are gonna die the next day? Like, there's so many people holding on, like, oh, I'm gonna live until the Eagles win a Super Bowl and just die the next day.
Yeah, like how I've been keeping my grandmom alive for years by not getting Sam baptized.
Right. And then I like the next day, my brother's gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
Like the Eagles, he's like, good, I've seen it all.
Yeah. And they're gonna need a new roommate. So.
Well, you'll probably screw up soon enough. So.
Yeah. We're in the car today. We passed by a funeral home. There's a bunch of people outside, and Allie was like, "Oh, what's that?" And we're like, "Oh, that's what somebody died." She's like, "Well, what are they doing?" And we're like, "Well, there's like the person that died's in there, and everyone like sees them one last time." And then
Bosh or your dad.
Yeah, yeah. And then Allie was like, then Allie was like, "Oh, well, like what would happen if I died?" And then Kelly was like, "Well, I mean, you're not gonna die anytime soon, but like that same thing would happen." I was like, and then we would make a new kid. And then I was pissed off. She's like, "No, you wouldn't." And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, we'd probably make a new kid."
Yeah.
But
you're recyclable. Keep all your clothes for 7 years.
Exactly.
Well, she's not that big, so you'd only have to keep them for like what, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, like an average sized kid would be fitting in his clothes for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So, yeah. So what's the over under on like her dad?
No, I don't know. I mean, you think, I don't know. These like fucking cockroaches like live forever now. That's the problem. Right. Like, I mean, I'm sure he should have died, man. Like, he got like stabbed like a year ago. It was like fine. Like I'm so pissed off at that fucking hobo or whoever it was that like stabbed him. Like, come on, you couldn't stab him a little better.
Yeah.
But
before you came over, I was watching a video of a lady who's getting life from prison.
Yeah.
For like stabbing her boyfriend to death, and she pled not guilty for like self-defense, but like the amount
It'll have to be eventually, probably.
the amount of stabs and like the way it was done, like was proven like it definitely was not self-defense.
After the 35th stab, he wasn't attacking anymore.
Yeah, and so he's found guilty, and like the family, like during sentencing, the family was allowed to say like whatever they wanted towards her.
Yeah.
And like, you know, nothing rude. And then like she's smirking and everything. The judge goes off and he's like, "I hope you die in prison."
Yeah. I don't know, but penis bones.
Yeah,
That's another topic.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to say about that stuff. So I was watching this SciShow episodes in the last couple of weeks or so. I'm really going to talk about this at work because it's like urology related, but I feel like there's no way to not make it like a sexual harassing sort of comment. Because the idea was almost all mammals except for humans and a couple other ones have penis bones. So there's like an actual bone in the penis that helps keep it erect during sex.
Yeah, it slides through. It's for predators, so they can get an erection real quick, do their thing, and just slip it out just in case predators come.
Well, that was one of the theories. A couple other theories that I think, at least according to the SciShow thing, were like, I guess, you know, or people are leaning towards more now. One is in mammals where they tend to mate more often. So like in humans, like monogamy caught on like pretty quickly, or like at least like, you know, temporary monogamy like caught on pretty quickly. But in animals that like have just a lot of sex, the idea was sort of like you could last longer with the penis bone, so you could sort of tire out the female, so she would then want to have sex with something else right away and like push your sperm out of the way essentially, so you could reproduce better.
Can you stop sniffing into the microphone?
Yeah, likely. Yeah, usually once you call me out on it, then I'm good. But so that was the one. But the other one is that mammals that have penis bones have an average, almost all of them have an average penetration time of more than 3 minutes. The average human penetration time is 2 minutes. So
makes sense.
So I'm at least average, I think. Which is the part I would definitely say at work that I think would be a little sexual harassing. But yeah, I was really trying to think about that, like what, like I don't know. I mean, you can't really go by your personal best, I don't think. I mean, everyone has one, at least a couple nights where they knock it out of the park.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've gone over 5 minutes, but like every guy, I'm like, yeah, one time, 47 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, what?
I like died briefly afterwards.
I have had sex one time where I was so like taxing on me, I fell right asleep.
Yeah.
Like I was like, huh. Like it was terrible. She like wasn't super mad. She thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was so taxing. Immediately after the act, a full 6 hours of sleep.
The worst was when the first time I started going to the gym, so like 3 years ago, there was one time I got like a real bad like hamstring cramp like in the middle. I was like, I gotta stop.
Yeah, you realize like you have to start doing yoga, like shit.
I was thinking about some sort of stretching. I've always been pretty inflexible, and I feel like the more I go to the gym, I can't even run now. Like my legs just don't bend in the right ways to like run normally.
Have you ever done yoga?
No, I've never done.
You should definitely do yoga.
Yeah, I mean at least some sort. But I don't know where the fucking fitting stretching in. Like I don't know. I mean like realistically, I don't know. Like so this leaves me another thing I want to talk about actually.
Oh, but
fast food.
Real quick.
Yeah.
When it comes to yoga, you realize like how immobile you are within the first like 15 minutes.
What's the difference between hot yoga and regular yoga?
Oh, regular yoga is the yoga you should do, and
Yeah.
then hot yoga is for like more advanced people.
Okay.
I heard about it one time, but I forgot the details. Like hot yoga, because it's hot, your muscles get more loose,
Okay.
and then
Just
like your
Jello.
yeah, and then you fart a lot more because you are hot.
That's-
So
I
yeah,
don't want to go to a hot yoga class.
yeah, no,
Bunch of girls with big ass and yoga pants farting.
a
That's,
couple guys.
Yeah, that's literally the worst thing I've ever heard. But yeah, so like time wise, so I got real mad yesterday about like fast food, because so we have like a couple days a week where we need food fast, and and essentially, I mean we could plan like really plan out our week where we had like dinner ready and stuff, but like on Mondays, so get done work, we have like a half hour where we're not home. Then dancing school, and then if I want to get here a podcast like within any reasonable amount of time, like I have to like drop Kelly and Allie off at home and then come right here. Like there's no time to like go home and make dinner and stuff. So like on those days, and that other than that half hour that we have before dancing school, where we're like in South Philly and not home, or in while they're at dancing school and like I can go pick stuff up, like we pretty much eat fast food on Mondays, because again, unless we really plan it out, like there's just no other time to make food, because then, like I said, I get here on a reasonable time, and that's so I can get to the gym by like 9:30 at night. Otherwise I'm getting home at like 1 a.m. from the gym if we try to make dinner.
Yeah, and then like another 4 hours of sleep, and then you're back at work.
Yeah, so like it sucks. So like there's a couple. So like as shitty as fast food is for you, sometimes we need food fast, and that's when we should eat it. And I was like really mad yesterday, like unreasonably mad, because like I went out, like me and Sam went over like my parents' house, we went over my grandmom's house, and like Kelly texted like, oh, can you guys pick up McDonald's or something? And I really didn't want to, because like we ate, so like Friday night was another night, like we were like we got Sam and it was super late by the time we got him because of traffic. So we like stopped to eat at Wendy's, because it was just we needed some place to stop while traffic died down and eat food. So that's where there was. So we ate at Wendy's, and then Allie went to eat at Arby's for her birthday. So we ate at Arby's, and then Sunday I did not want to eat fast food a third fucking day in a row, and then potentially a fourth day in a row, because then we're back to Monday.
Yeah. So you had McDonald's yesterday.
So we had McDonald's because then like so Hershey's bugging me because like
between all you guys, like that's like $25.
it was $35 because like Allie's friend was over too. What's the thing? So it's not cheap, and it's like super unhealthy. And when you eat it 4 fucking days in a row, like you just feel terrible.
I don't know. Arby's is pretty good.
I mean Arby's is definitely at a different level because it's like actual roast beef. I'm pretty sure.
They say my brother and his friend were like, yeah, Arby's it's a liquid and then it gels, and I'm like,
what does that even mean?
Yeah, like it's a liquid protein that gels and it looks like roast beef, and I'm like, you guys are idiots.
Is it roast beef protein?
Yeah, and then they're the same people that say that they're just dropping chemtrails out of planes all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like one step away from flat Earth.
Yeah, but I got like kind of mad about it yesterday because then like when I came back home with Sam, I was like, well, why don't I run to the corner store and like I get something to make, and like now like we had to get McDonald's, so like me and Sam had to go back out to get McDonald's, ate fucking, and then Kelly was like, well, you could just eat something else. I'm like, I'm not spending 20 minutes getting McDonald's and not eat. Like if we're gonna get it, like I want to eat it. I'm not then going getting a separate thing on top of it.
You could have just made burgers for $8.
Exactly.
Yeah, burgers, a couple of potatoes, bake them down, fries, boom.
Yeah. Well, the thing, we have fries, we have hot dogs. Like the corner store's open. Like I could have gotten like I really went to make cheesesteaks at home yesterday. I could have got minute steak and rolls.
Yeah.
But they're like all the pickiest eaters. It's like so like half of what they will eat in life is fast food. Like it's real annoying. So anyway, so we got McDonald's. I was irked about it. So then today when we were leaving work, I was like, well, what are we gonna eat? And so like Kelly didn't even bring up like McDonald's, because like that's usually what we'd eat. So I ended up eating a hoagie from like the corner store in South Philly that they all like, but the only time I shopped there before, I bought milk and it was totally sour. So now 50% of the things I bought from that store were not rotten. So it's good. But while I was there, this was my other thing I want to talk about. So I'm like, I'm standing there, I ordered my hoagie. Like, it's like a just normal corner store. Like, we're identical, like, to like one that's like a few blocks away from like my house. Just normal like hoagie shop.
Yeah, it's sparsely populated with food.
Yeah. And they make, and they all make pretty good hoagies. So like it was a good hoagie, but I'm sitting there and this like, I don't know, like
that's the thing about like corner store hoagies and Wawa hoagies.
Yeah.
That lunch meat's cut fresh.
Yeah.
And fresh cut lunch meat is better than prepackaged lunch meat 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's
Wawa
so
hoagies.
much better.
Wawa hoagies suck. That's a fact.
I agree. Yeah, you could go into the shadiest looking like corner store and they'll make a good hoagie.
Yeah, I mean, they might not be a sanitized blade cutting the meat, but
whatever.
That's what you have antibodies and white blood cells for.
Exactly. So but I'm standing there and there's like this junky looking woman comes in, like real South Philly looking. And like and first off, so the store doesn't take credit or debit cards. It's 2018. Like the fucking mall
cash
kiosk,
only?
Yeah, like the fucking mall kiosk people take it on their phones. Like there's no excuse not to take a credit or debit card.
It's like 3 or 4% of America does not accept debit card.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, guys, just make it 100%.
Well, this deli in South Philly can't apparently get down with like a fucking chip reader on their phone or something.
People were worried about, it cost us 2% on the thing. Like,
you would definitely do more business.
Yeah,
and because so I happen to have like $10 in my glove box in the car. If I didn't have cash, like I wasn't gonna go somewhere else and take out money and then go back there. I just would have gone somewhere else. Like even though that's where I wanted to go because it was right on the corner of where I was going, like I would have gone somewhere else. So it's stupid. I mean, I'm sure they lose way more money. And I'm sure they don't notice it because I'm sure the people that live around there go there and they know they need to bring cash. But I don't know. But if it's
you have to be conscious of the fact that you get cash out, and I know people that are like, I always have cash. Well, that's great for you, but
yeah, I don't usually.
Yeah, but I don't want to make a conscious choice to go get cash because it's so much more convenient just to use my card. I don't have to carry cash, and then if my wallet gets stolen, I just cancel my card.
Yeah, you don't lose anything.
Yeah, you don't lose anything, but you carry like $60 around with you. Like I know if I'm going out with a bunch of friends, I'll bring cash. Like I can put that effort in, but if I'm going to a fucking corner store, I don't want to bring cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: all the corner stores around me are in Camden or Philly. Because the towns I live in and work in don't have corner stores.
Yeah, because there's no corners.
It's all cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
It's 100% cul-de-sac around here. So I mean, I just go to Wawa or some other place or just the grocery store and make my own hoagies. But they all accept card.
Yeah. But anyway, so they don't take credit or debit card, but they do take access cards. So I can't give you a card to take my money. But someone else can give you a card to use my money, essentially.
Tax money.
So, yes. So, that kind of pissed me off. So, this junky looking woman comes in, pulls out her access card, gets like milk and eggs and bread, and then pulls out a wad of cash and gets cigarettes and scratch off tickets.
Yeah, see, those are two useless purchases.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Maybe you could have used the cash to buy the milk and eggs and bread and like not been a drain on society. Like maybe you could have done that.
How many scratch off tickets? Like $10, $20 worth?
I think it was like $20 worth. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know for a fact that's an everyday purchase.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's like $30 a day.
Yeah.
Easy. And that's not assuming. That's an educated guess because that's just the culture.
But she needs the government assistance to buy the milk and eggs and bread because she couldn't live without the access or without the scratch offs.
Yeah. I mean, you are an old curmudgeon, but like part of me wants to think that if she just got milk, eggs, and bread with the access card, end of transaction, end of day, you probably would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
But now that she's spending just the pack of cigarettes alone You
costs more than the milk and eggs and bread.
Yeah, you could have got 2 of each for
Yeah.
just the pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. See, and this is what I always come back to, like when people talk about like when like liberals are like super, think that like conservatives are such assholes for like not caring about poor people. Like, again, like I think the super liberal person thinks about, the single mother of 3 who's like working 2 jobs to buy the milk and eggs and bread. And yeah, I also want to help that person. But in my head, and maybe this makes me a bad person, but the first person I think of is the person who buys milk and eggs and bread and then spends $30 on fucking scratch offs. Like, I don't know. That's where my head goes. And maybe that does make me a bad person, but it's also not an unreasonable thought. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a guy at work, like he's a newer guy. He's like 50, I want to say, but I always tell him to stop thinking towards the future because he's like today, he'd be like, it's Monday, only a couple more days till the weekend.
International Chest Day.
Yeah. Every day is international. Anyway,
Monday through Thursday.
He's like, only a couple more days to the weekend. And I always ask him, like, hey, Bob or Cal or whatever you want to go by this week.
Yeah.
Do you do anything at night during the week? And he's like, no, I just sit around and watch TV. But the weekend, I can, and I'm like, well, why don't you just do stuff during the week? And then you don't have to rush your whole week. And then he comes back because he works down the street. He's a driver. And he comes back in later in the afternoon, and he goes, only 60 more days to spring. And I'm like, you could just do so many things, right? Yeah. But this brings me to the second point. Like 2 weeks ago, he's talking to me. He's like, we got to get a way to get rich or win the lottery. He's like, anything will work right now. And I was like, oh, I'm thinking about going back to school and doing it the whole old-fashioned way. He's like, oh, what's that? I was like, hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
And he's like, that doesn't work. And I'm like, well, it kind of works.
Yeah, I would say it works.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't always work, but as long as you try, like I want to go back and get my MBA.
Yeah.
Which I would talk to you about.
Yeah. And
then if I finish that, like that's going to be a lot of hard work and dedication. But just with that, I can make double what I make now.
See, this has always been my thing, and this is, I think, to be political again, this is what, like, the more liberal folks say is, like, the big conservative myth that, like, you can do whatever you want, essentially. But, like, it's not. Like, it's way harder depending on where you start out, but hard work and dedication, like, not 100% of the time, but, like, 99% of the time, like, does work.
Yeah.
You just have to work hard enough.
Like, I started, like, from sleeping in Northeast Philly in like my car, and then like sleeping in a baby bed. Like when I moved with my brother, and he was living upstairs of another house, and then like, like now I rent a house with my brother. Like it goes in progression. But I've worked hard that whole time to get where I am.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna continue working hard, and I know in a couple of years, like it'll just pay off. I'm like, getting rich real quick would be great, but I like how much better will it feel to like over the last 10 years, like how much I've learned about myself and how much I've learned about life, like how money spends and everything. Like if I got rich at 20, like I would have no idea how to do it. But like if I start earning my own money around like 32, I feel much better about it.
Well, that's what I did. I mean, in my late 20s, I made significantly more money than I did in my early 20s, and I blew it all, and like I'm still paying for it. But like to your point, so this is where the hard work and dedication thing. So like you could have easily gotten your bachelor's degree and been like, man, I did all this work, I had this degree, I still don't have a better job. Like this is fucking bullshit. Like the world's bullshit. Like because you already did all this hard work. Right. But you still haven't done like enough hard work.
Yeah,
like eventually you'll do enough hard work and it'll pay off.
Like I realized, like shit, I gotta do more hard work.
Yeah. So I don't know. It made me think of it too the other day. So I was driving somewhere and I was really debating what to say because I was driving to the gym, but I feel like I'm like becoming one of those people now. So let's go to the gym. but so there's like always homeless people right outside of the gym I go to.
Oh, remember that time we were driving to Toys R Us, like past your gym, and that guy was like coming out of the store, and they like rip his pants and like the
Oh,
security guard,
yeah.
like rip his pants down. They lift up his shirt to make like they just
They're
that
just laughing at the guy's dick right on the our bingo. It's
they
crazy.
just strip him nude
Yeah.
to like make sure like that's A, illegal, B, kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
But like I was in such shock. I'm like,
Yeah.
did they just do that?
But there's a homeless dude, and it said like that he was willing to work for food, or like willing to do whatever for food or work for food.
Was it? That homeless dude?
It was a different homeless dude, but it got me thinking. And I mean, I don't know this guy's story; it has nothing to do with him. But like that guy's a good metaphor for like this problem, you know. So, I mean, I think anyone, if they were starving, would like work for a couple hours to like get a meal. But that's not the point. Like, like you have to work that way every day for like your whole life, and like that's what people don't. That's what people that like, you know, that fail at life don't get. Like if you work hard for a little while and then you stop working, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck how much work you did last year. Yeah. It literally doesn't matter.
Well, it kind of brings to like what you've gotten addicted to. It's like eating well and exercise. And I think we had it was a guy at work. We had a conversation about like these fad diets and everything. Yeah. Where like it's a lifestyle change. You have to eat better and exercise. Yeah. And you lose weight. You can't like keto. Like I know people on keto right now, and
for
like,
example,
and like we lost so much weight, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not something that you could just do like you know to lose weight because it's such a high calorie diet. Like it'll drop weight off fast in the beginning. Yeah. But then, like, you have to track your calories, too. Oh, no, they say you just don't eat carbs. I'm like, that's not how it works. Yeah. You have to eat a little bit of carbs, and you have to track your calories because if you're not eating carbs, but you're eating 4,000 fat calories, you're going to put weight on. Like, because it's a high-fat diet, it's a high-calorie diet. Nah, it's not going to work. And, like plateaued. Yeah. Like, real easy. It's like I told you. It's like, you got to do it.
So that brings up powerlifting I want to talk about because I watched so Bro Science Life on YouTube. So I think he's really funny, and he's just like, and I think he's like a really. My impression of it is I think he's like a super smart guy, but is also like a bro. Right. So
he's ridiculous, and you have to take it as an act.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I think it is. I think because he slips in all these like subtle, funny things. So I think he's probably like pretty smart in real life and is like just playing this like dumb jock character. But he talks about powerlifters and it made me think of JD because JD's like incredibly strong, but like looks like he works out sometimes.
Barely works out.
And you know, and that's sort of what he's talking about is, you know, he starts out the video and he says something like, so you go to the gym, you're doing your normal like bro exercises, and like you realize that like all these other people are like way bigger than you, and then he's like, you have three options: you go to the gym, you do your normal bro exercises, and you stay pretty much the same, or you start doing steroids like everybody else, and that's awesome, or you decide you don't want to look good, but you just want to be strong. Yeah. And you power lift.
Yeah. That's me. So my trainer, I actually skipped because I actually do have to take my car to the shop because I have to do all the recalls and shit. There's like 3 recalls.
Like did an alarm fix.
I added up all my recalls so that like they just get it done in one day. Yeah. But so a trainer, he told me like a while ago, he's like, look, you're never going to run a marathon. Yeah. And I can never train you in cardio. Like, I don't really need him anymore, but I like going. Yeah. Because, you know, he's a nice guy and he teaches me new stuff. But he's like, I'll never train cardio into you. And I'll never train like, you know, like CrossFit stuff into you. But if you want to break through a brick wall with your bare hands, I think you can do it. Yeah. You know, because he got this new cable pulley, I forget what it's called, but like you do all these different exercises. and like I went out too far, and it's probably I helped him move it, like me and two other guys. It's probably 450 pounds.
Yeah.
It's 350 pounds of weights plus a steel frame and everything. And I like cabled it and I like pulled it, and the whole thing came up on two legs and it shook. He's like, Jesus Christ, stop doing it. He's like, see, you could just break through walls if you want.
So I really want to get. This is a total waste because what's the point of going to the gym otherwise? But you can, for like $500, you can get a wall-mounted Smith machine in your house. It looks awesome. So it's like my new favorite thing because so I know Smith machines are like for pussies and stuff, but the way I was looking at it is, I don't know how many like online multiplayer games you played, but it's like
none because I play single player only.
Yeah, so I played a few online multiplayer games, but I don't really like to play with other people. I just like the style of the games, but I don't really like want to like to talk with like other people and stuff. So generally there's like NPC players where like I play Guild Wars for like a lot. And you know, the easiest way to beat it is to like go into a town and like group up with like other people and then like do a mission, and like you have all these other good players that you can play with. But then if you don't want to talk to other people, you go into a town, there's all these NPCs you can have join your party who are like just all right, but like you like if you're pretty good, you can get through missions with them. That's what the Smith machine's like. It's like, you know, I feel like if you're doing like real heavy squats or benches or stuff, like you should really have somebody there with you so like you don't kill yourself.
Right.
But the Smith machine, you don't have to. It's like powerlifting like with an NPC friend.
Right.
Like that's essentially what it is.
But I don't have anything against the Smith machine. They're fine by me. But here's the thing about them: they really limit your movement.
Yeah, you don't get the balance thing.
Yeah, like you can't back up and like you have to go. They help with the form.
Yeah.
But they also, I think the bar, instead of being 45 because of the pulleys, it's 15.
Yeah.
So you have to watch that too. So, and you can't. It makes it hard to go from. It makes it hard to go from like Smith machine to like free weights.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for safety reasons, I say Smith machine is good.
Yeah.
So like I could do a lot more weight on Smith machine, but I just like the workout of the free weights better.
Yeah. Yeah. I started doing. I mean, because we did it last week the one day like with the free weights, and I had done the Smith machine like 3 times since then, which I'm getting real into the squats thing. But
tells you 100 squats a day for 30 days.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So now that my legs are back to normal, I mean, I guess I'll see what I feel like after I go to the gym tonight. But I didn't feel like doing any free squats the way my legs felt last week, so I have to get back into it.
Well, I mean, you could do like air squats.
Yeah.
No weights.
Yeah.
Just to get I think the form, like I said last week, like form's the most important thing.
Yeah. But but the powerlifting thing, like you're saying about all the pulleys and stuff, with the thing that your trainer had,
right. That
was one of the things that cracked me up in his thing. It was just like nice the way he said stuff. The video was about, it was something like, so now that you resigned, that you're only going to do 3 exercises for the rest of your life, you're going to have to do weird shit to make it interesting. Yeah. So it's basically about like, you know, benches, deadlifts, and squats, and like that's all you're gonna do the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Is those 3 things.
You probably could get away with it. I mean,
yeah.
You know, you shouldn't, but.
And then it was funny in the video too. It was like that guy when we were at the gym that was on the bench for like 20 minutes between sets. So that's one of the things that called out. It's like, okay, so you did your 1 rep. So now you're gonna want to sit there for 5 or 10 minutes, like long enough that someone thinks you're not using the machine anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I stole a machine from a guy the other morning. Like he started doing bench presses. Yeah. And I was working on something like some chest, and so I stole his I forget what it's called, but you like lay and pull whatever.
Yeah.
And like he's like, hey, I was using that. I was like, you just did 2 sets of like I just made sure. He's like, yeah, but that's how I do my sets. And I was like, you're gonna have to wait, dog.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you can't just go do 2 sets of something else and then come back and be like, I was using that. Like, A, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm not going to sit here and argue. B, I'm just going to throw you through the window if you jump on here.
How crowded is the gym that early?
Not that crowded. That's why sometimes I go at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
But some people are like, I need all the machines.
I like the idea. But yeah, I'd have to get up at probably 4:30 to go in the morning because I have to be home to get a shower by 6:30. Like I want to spend at least an hour there.
Right. Sometimes I'll just shower before and just
Yeah.
go and then go to work.
Yeah.
I mean, I work in a warehouse. I mean,
Yeah.
my desk is in the back of a warehouse, so I smell like BO for a little bit. Whatever.
Yeah.
No one can smell it up front in the warehouse. They work with chemicals, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So I got the penis bones, the powerlifting. I think it's most of my topics. Oh, we had this birthday party this weekend. 12 kids painting ceramics.
I didn't get an invite, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you missed much, but
okay.
I feel like I feel like in retrospect we should invite you to the mall afterwards.
I missed Arby's.
Yeah, you did miss Arby's. Arby's is like kind of annoying because this is why Arby's is annoying.
Hey, Arby's is delicious.
Yeah, but so we started driving there. So Kelly like yells at me for how I'm driving, which like pissed me off. So I was like driving like an asshole, which I wasn't. I mean, okay.
She doesn't drive.
One, she doesn't drive. Two, I mean, I definitely do drive more aggressively, but that's 100% her fault because, like, 100% of the time when I'm driving, I'm in a hurry because we leave late for everything. And about 80% of the time I'm driving, we're in rush hour traffic. So if you leave late and you have to drive in rush hour traffic, you have to drive pretty aggressively. When you drive aggressively, like 12 hours a week, like you just get stuck in that mode. I don't know. Like you can't take a leisurely drive on a Sunday. So I was like urging me out to Arby's, and then some woman left like her like pocket, like her wallet there, and like Kelly and her friends were like, oh well, let's see who it is. Maybe we can contact the person. I'm like, no. I was like, just turn it in at the front, because. So they ended up like Facebook messaging this person, and the person, I don't know if they ever got it, but like they called Arby's, Arby's said they had it. We gave them to the people up front, and then some person came and got it. But I was like, that is so incredibly stupid to do that, because you just turn it in, because now like, what if like it's been sitting there for a while and somebody else already took something out? Now you've Facebook messaged the person. Now like the person gets it, something's missing. They have your fucking name. Like what if nothing's missing and they're a crazy person and they just want to say something's missing? Like don't get involved.
Yeah,
and
it just, hey, this is Jim from Arby's. We have your purse. Like that's all you have to say.
It was just so it was just like and then they're acting like I was like a bad person because I didn't want to help the person. And I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with not helping anybody.
I'm with you. I usually disagree with you completely, most things, but I'm with you. That's not your responsibility.
Exactly.
It's the responsibility of the people that left it there.
Yeah.
They're eventually going to notice, and they're going to start backtracking. Now you're just going through shit.
Yeah.
It's not yours.
Or what if you find something there, like, what if they have drugs in there or some shit? Right. Like, just don't touch it. Don't open it. I don't know. Like, it's not a matter of not wanting to help somebody. Like, you're putting yourself and the people you're with at risk.
Right.
Like, that's what you're doing. I don't know. Like, you just don't know. I mean, people are fucking crazy.
And you never know today, like, what if they just left that bag there maliciously?
Yeah, what if they left it on purpose? Exactly.
Yeah.
For something like that to happen.
Right.
I don't know.
You can't trust anyone, but
yeah.
you shouldn't, especially when you have children around. Like,
Yeah.
if you have children around, which I assume because it was Allie's birthday dinner, which is a weird birthday dinner.
So I think they went to Arby's in Fuller House.
Oh, okay.
So she loves Arby's. She wants to go to Japan.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, when you're around children, don't do anything you would slightly do when you're not with it. You know, it's like, just be as white bright as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Here's a purse. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. I might have erred on the side of not even touching it, like just ignoring it. But like, I mean, it's certainly reasonable to turn it in at the counter and be like, I found this back here.
Right.
I don't know. And then like their point was like, oh, well, if there's something missing, like there's cameras, like clearly like we didn't go through it. I was like, okay. So, but still, what if the person's crazy? Now the police show up at your door. You have to go down to the police station and then wait for them to find the Arby's tapes. Like, you want to deal with that?
And do you know the cameras are working?
True.
Just because there's cameras doesn't mean they're working. That happens a lot in robberies.
Yeah.
Where sometimes the cameras aren't on unless something's going down.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So, you shouldn't trust anyone except for the hosts of Whole Week House.
Yeah. Actually, don't trust me either.
No,
No, you can trust me. I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like mildly trust. I mean, like if I say I'm going to do something, I'll probably do it.
Yeah,
but-
I'll do something, but like if you're gonna leave your stuff, if you're gonna leave something and you expect me to go through the Sherlock Holmes to find who you are,
That'll never
that's
happen.
a no.
Yeah, no.
I've got too much on my plate now. Even if I had nothing to do, there's no. Yeah.
See, I feel like if we're the other way, like if it were my wallet, like I would want to call, I would call the Arby's. It's happened to me. I've left stuff before.
I would call immediately.
Yeah.
I left my wallet. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Now.
And, like I would hope somebody would turn it in. Like I wouldn't want to get a message from a random person. Oh, I have your wallet. I don't know. That's like creepy.
Yeah, I have your wallet. Bring cash.
Yeah.
You have my wallet.
Yeah.
See, but that's the thing. Not a lot of cash. I have like $3 in my wallet.
Yeah.
I just cancel all my cards.
Yeah. I have my
I have my dad's ID, so I kind of want that back.
Yeah. I have a Dave & Buster's card that's like $50 on it in my wallet.
Let me get it.
So, might use it tomorrow. I don't know.
Are you going to Dave & Buster's?
Depending on the traffic. I don't know.
Oh, with Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The one on Columbus Boulevard? Columbus?
Oh, we got the Plymouth Meeting Mall.
Oh, Plymouth. Yeah, I will never go to the Columbus Boulevard one ever.
I was only there once or twice.
No, okay. So the last 3 times I've been there,
Yeah.
floor sticky,
Yeah.
service terrible,
It's all common.
food terrible, and I've never paid a bill there. Never, not once.
Well, good. I mean,
You know why?
Thing.
You know why?
Why?
Because I never came back.
Yeah.
Like they get one drink, so now you're sucking on ice. They bring the water. You ask for a refill. They know all 3 times.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'll never go there again.
There's a hibachi place in that little complex that's like kind of nice though.
Yeah, it's like a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I can't afford fancy restaurants. I'm wearing a T-shirt that's 10 years old and sweatpants that are 8. So
Yeah. I mean the shorts I have on now because I couldn't leave the sweatpants I had on because apparently I had a little D print in it. So Kelly was like, I don't know why you're going to the gym dressed like a slut, but I mean you're gonna have to change. So I'm wearing shorts that have a hole in them from when I got shot with a firework like 2 or 3 years ago. Went right through my pants.
yeah, and then my car alarm was going off. And
Yeah,
everything.
it was terrible.
So, by the way, the sometimes when you go get warranty stuff, not warranty, recall or warranty stuff, like, and you go pick your car back up, the sales manager's like, wait, before you pick it up, we've got like a lease deal, and they try to talk you into something because it's happened before. But this time I'm taking to a Cadillac dealer.
Okay.
Like I picked a Cadillac dealer specifically. I did research. The cheapest car they have there is $35,000.
Yeah. So.
The cheapest lease they have there is $699 a month, because
fuck
I'm
that.
pretty sure they'll get my name out of my registration and they'll look me up and they'll go, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not even gonna talk about
Yeah,
this.
they're not, because every time I go like get warranty stuff done or what's it called, recall stuff done, they always do that. Like, hey, we got a lease for $179. Like, this car's paid off. I don't need a lease. And like you're there for like 2 hours. Like, yeah, I will test drive it. Like is hard fought as stubborn as like I can be. Like sometimes the salesmen are just really good, and you're like, yeah. And then you're signing. You're like, no, I don't want to do this. You're signing paperwork, and you're like, no, this is terrible, because that's almost how I got my car now. Yeah,
you should show up and be like, oh, I like a lease deal, and be like, yeah, we don't have any right now.
So I picked a dealership that's well out of my budget.
Smart.
So, the cheapest car, it's a pre-owned car, is like $35,000.
So I mean that's the problem for me is that I think if you just looked at my salaries, all these things that look like they would be in my budget that are not because of commiserate expenses.
Yeah,
but
the astronomical amount of child support you pay.
Yes.
All right, well that's it for this week's whole week Costa. Hope you tune in this week and listen to our previous episodes, because we can be found on Spotify, Last FM, iTunes, and YouTube.
Like, just listen to like the last 5 though.
Yeah.
Like, don't listen before
They're getting
that.
like
those,
better.
Those are shit.
Now I got to figure out how to stop this turn off.